Today, we will be describing the solutions to an inequality by solving the related equation and then reasoning about the values that make the inequality true. So just like last unit where we were solving expression, or we were combining or simplifying expressions and solving equations, we're going to solve this as if it's an equation and then think about what this symbol means and what makes that true. So Carter's trying to solve the inequality, negative 1/3 times x minus 48, or taking away a third of what's inside, which is taking away a third of x and a third of negative 48, all that's less than or equal to 15. He knows how to solve equations, so he writes the corresponding equation, where he takes that inequality symbol and makes it an equal sign. So we're going to solve his equation below and plot the point on the number line. How is the solution to the equation related to the solution to the inequality? Okay, so if I have the equation negative 1/3 parentheses x minus 48 equals 15, the first thing I'm going to do is use our distributive property and take away a third of each thing inside. Negative 1/3 times x, and negative 1/3, or getting rid of a third of negative 48, and all of that is equal to 15. All right, well, taking away a third of x would be taking away a third of x. Taking away a third of 48, we could even write this up here real quick, negative 1/3, I'll put that negative symbol with the 1, times negative 48 over 1. I get negative 1 times negative 48 is a positive 48 over 3. Okay, and don't assume you know the simplification of this. You can use your calculator. 48 divided by 3 is 16. And here it's a positive 16, so we're adding 16. And all of that equals 15. So, continuing to simplify, I'll go over here. I can see here that I have negative 1/3 x plus 16 equals 15. I'm going to take away 16 from both sides, okay, because my ultimate goal is to figure out what value of x makes this true. And it's telling me that I take a negative 1/3 of x and then I add 16. So we're getting rid of that addition of 16 by subtracting from both sides. And I'm left with negative 1/3 x equals negative 1. Well, remember, how do we get rid of this negative 1/3? Well, let's multiply by the reciprocal so we get that whole number. We're going to multiply by a negative 3 over 1 and a negative 3 over 1. Negative 3 times negative 1 is a positive 3. 1 times 3 is a positive 3, so I have 3 over 3x, or 1x, is equal to negative 1 times negative 3 would be a positive 3. So x equals 3. So if I plot that right here, that is true because this is a less than or equal to sign. So now looking at that, how is this related to the inequality? Well, either points to the left don't make it true or the points to the right don't make it true. This is where the inequality is true, and then solutions either larger than this or smaller than this will make this inequality true. Okay, so we're going to pick a number to test to the right or left of the point you drew. Test the number as a solution to inequality. What does this tell you about the direction of the solution? So I know for a fact, as I wrote with the marker there, 3 works. Let's try 4. Negative 1/3, 4 minus 48. Is that less than or equal to 15? Let's see. Well, 4 minus 48, I get negative 44. And a negative 1/3 of that. Sorry, I know it's not clear. Let me get a scratch sheet of paper real quick. Negative 1/3, 4 minus 48. All that is less than 15. Well, I can simplify what's inside the parentheses because they're like terms. 4 minus 48 is negative 44. And I'm going to take a negative 1/3 of that to see if it's less than or equal to 15. When I do that, I will do -1. I always have that negative symbol go at the top for this multiplication. Okay, it can't go with both because that would have meant it's positive. So the negative symbol goes with the 1, all of that over 3, times -44 over 1. I recommend writing this because it really helps you remember those properties of operations with negative integers. Okay, when I do that, I get -1 times -44 is positive 44 over 3. And is that less than or equal to 15? I don't know. So I'm going to use my calculator, and I'll do 44 divided by 3, and I get 14.66 repeating. Is that less than or equal to 15? Yes. So that works for 4. Okay. So 4 works. So what's that mean? Our solutions are going to be true to the right. Numbers greater than or equal to 3 are true. So now we're going to write the solution to the inequality symbol. Using the symbol. And so that means that x has to be greater than or equal to 3. All right, and we can see that evidently there. It's interesting to me, and I'd like to point this out, that originally the equation symbol was here, left. And then greater than 3. Let's see what we did to the equation that may have caused that. Let's go back. Okay, this makes sense. I just simplified. Okay, I haven't done anything to change anything. I've just simplified. All right, here, -1/3 x plus 16 equals 15. Okay, so it's still saying that, in this case, my symbol would be less than or equal to, 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 less than or equal to. -1/3 of x is equal to -1. Guys, when I multiply both sides of the equation, or both sides of an inequality by a negative number, our symbol will flip. X will be greater than or equal to 3 when I multiply by a negative. The symbol changes direction. Have a great day.